Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the subject that we're about to talk about, that has nothing to do with me still believing that Devin Haney is a better fighter than Regis Prograis, that Devin Haney is a better skillful fighter than Regis Prograis, and that I still believe that Devin Haney will beat Regis Prograis again and again and again and again. But Devin the Dream Haney weighed in at 140 pounds, the weight limit of their fight, junior welterweight title match. Regis Prograis weighed in at 140, right? They both came in weight. Devin Haney rehydrated 25 pounds. 25 pounds for a junior welterweight. Let me repeat that. 25 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard, of course, everybody rehydrates. They rehydrate 10 pounds, 8 pounds, 6 pounds, 13 pounds, 15 pounds pushing it. 20 pounds, I'm like, oh, come on, wow. 25 pounds? Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about this with the when we was talking about David Benavidez and Devin Haney and how much David Benavidez rehydrates. But David Benavidez is 168. 168 pounds, and of course they're gonna rehydrate more because they're heavier. But even David Benavidez, he rehydrates to a limit that no 168 pound is going to rehydrate. And the subject of rehydration clauses is something that we're going to be talking about as well. Devin Haney, 25 pounds at 140. I always say that one of the issues in the sport of boxing is that fighters and their team, nutritionist team, whatever you want to call it, right? They're trying to win the fight before the fight. Regis Prograis came in at 156. That's a lot of rehydration right there from 140, right? 156, I believe, what was that? 156 or 158? Something like that. 16 pounds, I believe so. 156 point something. 156. Devin Haney almost came in at 10 pounds heavier at 165 pounds. Like a middleweight. Now, it doesn't take away from his skills, but we really, in the sport of boxing, have to regulate. We really have to regulate that type of, I hate to say it, but 25 pounds, over 20, it's almost just as good as, I don't want to, it's just as good as PEDs, bro. It's just as good as PEDs. I believe, and look, and I'm not. It's not just that. It's almost. A lot of people want to see. Look, David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but Canelo Alvarez is only going to fight David Benavidez with a rehydration clause, because if David Benavidez allegedly has rehydrated to fight Devin Haney, I believe he rehydrated 195 pounds or over, almost 200 pounds. A guy like Canelo Alvarez that is not going to rehydrate nearly that is going to have David Benavidez on a rehydration clause. There's a reason why Gervonta Tank Davis had Ryan Garcia on the rehydration clause, because he thinks he was going to rehydrate to the 160 and things of that nature. David Benavidez, Devin Haney was not a puncher, but showed that he was a puncher. You feel me? Great performance again. Don't want to take nothing away from him, but when we talk about the safety in the sport of boxing, and people love to talk about safety, two problems that I have. The problem that I have is putting these elite amateurs, when they turn professional, versus fighters that is not supposed to be in the ring with them, and the commission should be handling that. The commission should be handling that, because the commission rules, they're only supposed to be sanctioning fights that is at the same or near the same level towards each other. You know what I'm saying? And then the rehydration. trying to win the fight before the fight. 25 pounds is too much, ladies and gentlemen. 25 pounds at junior welterweight, my goodness, it's too much. It's too much. And I know that there's a science, and I know that in these teams they hire great strength and conditioning coaches and stuff like that, but that's a lot. Again, it doesn't take away the skills. I still think that Devin Haney will probably do the same thing he did. So people are going to be like, but why are you talking about this? Because at the end of the day, man, this is an issue in the sport of boxing. Killing yourself to cut weight is one thing, right? That's not good in the sport of boxing. And then the rehydration, 25 pounds, is another thing. But guess what? At least Devin Haney is talking about going to the 147. And now I understand why they're tippy-toeing in the 147 and trying to seek a fight with Keith or Tom Thurman, trying to seek a fight with maybe Jerome Bruce Ennis and things of that nature. Because look, Devin Haney have stayed a long time at lightweight. He's grown out of that. I remember he rehydrated 24 pounds to face Gamboa, the WBC Mauricio Sudamon stated a couple of years ago. And that was a lot, 24 pounds. And knowing that Devin Haney's rehydrating 25 pounds, that now I understand why they're talking about the 147-pound division. Again, man, I think we need to change that in the sport of boxing. I think that's too much. I think there needs to be a cap. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you understand why people have other fighters on a rehydration clause. You know what I'm saying? And I be believing like, oh, that's weak and stuff like that, especially for a title fight. But ladies and gentlemen, 25 pounds, man. Over 20 pounds is too much, man. Over 15 pounds, I believe is pushing it. 25 pounds is seeking a legitimate, illegitimate advantage. You're trying to really win the fight before the fight. You know, hey, sometimes the people that's putting the other fighter in a rehydration clause and stipulations, you may account to that, but it's just because, hey, Gervonta Davis, he gets a lot of criticism for putting people in rehydration clause like Mario Barrios, but now you understand why. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. 25 pounds is crazy. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.